Minecraft has always been more than just a game to me. For many of us, this game has left a mark, sometimes in ways you don't even realize until you look back. A lot of my favorite memories in Minecraft are tied to worlds just like this one, building with friends, exploring, and just spending time in a space that we shared. So today, I want to build with that in mind. Please consider leaving a like on the video. It goes a long way for my small channel. And without further ado, let's get into the video. This beautiful Minecraft kingdom named Solid has really been coming together over the last couple of weeks. In the last episode, we ended up getting around to making this fisherman's cottage. And now that we're done with the first part of the kingdom, we're pretty much ready to expand into the area behind me. I am incredibly excited to start getting some work done over in this area. Now, before we get to making the main build of today's episode, we have a couple of side projects, of course. And I think that I want to get some work done on our side kingdom as well. But before we get around to making the main build for today's episode, which is going to be a cozy cabin in our new building area, I do want to make a bit of a watermelon and a pumpkin farm. Along with it is worth mentioning that in a very good way, we have kind of run out of materials because we've been building so much, so we're definitely going to have to go and get some more at some point in this episode. And the reality is that I am a terrible redstoner, so we're going to maybe watch a couple of tutorials, get to experimenting, and I'll check in with you when we have a fully and completed farm. It's been a couple of hours, and you can see that we're not yet done with the full build, but we do have the redstone contraption ready to go, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. You can see that there's a mix match of observers and pistons, along with some glowstone, which is lighting everything up. And if you're wondering how I have all of these extra sparks coming off of my minecarts, well, it's an extra texture pack that I use, and I'll leave it linked below. But you can see that the minecart unloads all of its bounty and then puts it right into this chest right here. And we already have a good amount too. All I did since completing the build was go to the gym and take a shower, so that's a whole ton of materials for a short period of time. But anyway, I do want to make this place look a lot prettier, so I think that I'm gonna get around to doing it. I'm not exactly sure what this interior is going to look like yet, but I'll bring you in once we're done with it. Well, you can see that this place is looking completely different. I am by no means good when it comes to making interiors. It's definitely something that I want to get better at this year, but I do like the use of materials that we have all around here. We ended up making a brand new banner right here that you can see just for this area down below, and I like how it adds that extra bit of life to the area. If we head on down here, you can see that we have a little bedding area for whoever's working down here, collecting all of the pumpkins and watermelon. And then we can head into this chest where you can see that we have tons and tons of goods all ready for us. And then my favorite thing about this build is that if we head into this area, you can see that we kind of have like an eclectic little dining room area where I paid a lot of attention to the lighting, having it nice and dark and kind of just grim and mysterious looking, where people can either talk about business or I don't know, maybe something spooky over in this area. But I've really been wanting to use more books and bookshelves in Minecraft so that you can see we have tons of them all over the walls, and then we also have some candles, just adding to that like mysterious atmospheric element. Along with, in a fun way, I just wanted to use some of the copper bars. So we have those along with some furnaces just outer lining the area too. You may also notice that we have a couple of lodestones right here, which is a nice addition. And then for the floor, I ended up going with some coal, and then some smooth basalt, I believe, right here, and then some coal along with some deep slate lapis, just to add that extra bit of blue to the area. And so all in all, I'm pretty happy with this build that we have right here, and it's gonna give us an extra reason to come down and get ourselves some more melons. But I say that we can head on back up to the surface of the kingdom. And for our next project, I think that we're going to make our way over to the tunnel. It's been a while since we've gotten any work done on the tunnel, so it seems like a good time to do so. I do also think at some point in time, I want to put a couple of wagons or just something in this area that we have right here. It seems very wide, and I feel like there's something we can do with it. But if we head over here, you can see that we have this massive tunnel that's leading over to Mild Maddie and Pug's base, and I don't really know what sort of design I want to do with it yet. So we're going to get to experimenting in this area right here, and then once we have something that we're happy with, then we'll expand it for the rest of the tunnel. I by no means expect to be done with this project by the end of the episode. I think it's going to be nice to space this one out. But I say let's try to get an idea of what we're going to be working for down in this area. Well, not too shabby for the sloppy copy, you could say. You'll notice that we ended up doing some blacker bricks, some deep slate, and some smooth basalt when it came down to the sides, and then on the interior we have a bit of tuff. Along with on the sides, we ended up using some copper trapdoors just for that extra vibe. As we step inside, you can kind of get a scale for the build that we're going to be doing, but if we take a look to the left, you'll also notice that we have a first idea for what I want the walls to look like. Underneath the copper trapdoors right here, we have some birch logs for that extra bit of lightness. Along with we have some sea lanterns with the copper trapdoors here too. And then for the texturing, you can see that we're using a whole ton of different tuff with the bricks and then with the chiseled and all of the weathered sorts of tuff variants right here. I think that it's not too shabby at first, but I'm gonna leave it be right now and let it have some space to breathe. Especially when it comes to the exterior right here, I want to be able to fit it into the terrain a bit more, but I just don't know what I want to do right now. So for the meantime, we're going to turn our attention over back to this kingdom area here. As we have been discussing, it's just about time that we get to expand the kingdom. And I've really been looking forward to this. Sometimes when you uncover all of the terrain that's right next to you, you have no idea what sort of builds you can put into the area until you do it. So let's do some terraforming and get a better look at the idea that we're working with. All of this base expansion officially puts us at phase 2 of the Kingdom of Solith. You can actually see that the cleared out land is double the size of the kingdom that we have so far, which to me means that we have plenty more months of work left here to complete this entire project, but it makes me a happy man. We wanted to do something big this season. Now, the terraforming that we have all over this area is probably not in its final form, but it's definitely way better. You can see that we flattened out pretty much everything, giving us a massive space over here, and replaced all of the stone blocks with some dirt. Not to mention that we had to chop down an entire forest in order to flatten out the area and clear everything out too. It's kind of cool that over in the distance we can officially see Pug's Pub over here, which is a build that we ended up making very early on in the season, and I don't think it's going to stay forever. We'll probably place a different build in this area, but I do think that we'll keep the dock that we have just like so. And then you'll notice that we have a cobblestone wall right here, and this is just to have kind of like an outer gradient, and eventually we'll flatten out the area up here and have some other builds all over this entire kingdom area that we have right here. I do know that by the end of the season, this is definitely going to be the biggest kingdom that I've ever made. But although I've spent the last couple of hours just mindlessly smoothing out this area, we do have to do a bit more of mindless work. You see, in order to get the next build into the area, which is going to be a huge cozy cottage, we're going to need a whole ton more diorite. I'm sure that we probably need even more bits and bobs as well. So we've definitely made a whole ton of progress so far in the episode, but I say, let's get prepared to do even more. It's been about 2 live streams, and we definitely have plenty of white cube now. You can definitely see by our pickaxe here that we barely have any durability left, and I went to repair the tools a couple times too. I did want to mention once again that we have our 2 beautiful sniffers that are just hanging out over here, and I still don't really know how to get more eggs or more seeds from them. They sniff them up every once in a while, so we'll have to see if we can get some more, but they are adorable, as you can see. And actually, it seems like we have a seed right here, so I say that we can head over here and we'll plant it on down. Now, the whole point of us getting tons and tons of resources is so that we can get back to building, and in the next episode, I think that we're going to be building a bit of a mega build. But for the time being, for today's episode, we're going to be placing a wonderful cottage over here where I can put Spooky Swift, XOXO. It was his birthday when we were hanging out on live stream, and I was very humbled about the fact that he was able to spend his birthday with me on stream, so I want to shout him out and give him a good old build. And Spooky isn't a channel member, but if you would ever like to have your own build here in the Kingdom of Solith, you're more than welcome to become a slipper, and I'm happy to put a build here into this world for you. If you want your Minecraft videos to feel more cinematic without overthinking it, I made a 1-hour course that shows exactly how I film and edit my shots. If you want to make Minecraft look unreal, it's linked below Thanks so much for watching the video, and let's get back into it. Well, I'm sure that you can see here that we finished the build, or at least version 1 of the build, and I'm so upset with myself. We had a wonderful stream last night, but I forgot to record the actual building of this build on cinematics. And if you watch any of my videos, you know how important my cinematics are to me. So I wasn't actually planning on bringing you back in, but I wanted to early just so that you could see that we've gotten this progress done. And what we have left to do is we're going to bring up the pathway over to here, and then we also do need to get around to making an interior for this building. Along with it is worth mentioning, a very long time ago, we had a donation on stream from the Fox King, 6980, and so we have a campsite over here for them, and we'll probably get around to making a build for them at some point in time too. I am currently moving, and I'm also saving up to eventually get an even better PC so that we can make better Minecraft content and be able to hang out in higher quality. But we definitely have a bit more work to get done around the kingdom, so let's get back to work. Really meant it earlier when I said that this is one of the best builds that I've made. But to be honest, I think that the thing that brings it all together are the trees and the flowers that we have around us. As we've discussed, we've continued to expand the path in front of us, and then we also continue to have the flowers of the valley, or the lily of the valley, and the white dandelions right here. But over on the right side, you can see that we also have a huge flower patch of these dandelions, and it's one of my favorite things that we now have in the kingdom in terms of all of the lush greenery that we have all around here. And then the only thing that we did is we got around to placing down another one of these huge birch trees that we have right here. You can see that it fits perfectly in with the flower patch. And from here, you can see the back of the build where we have a bit of a chimney, which has some smoke going on, and I love the extra bit of life that it adds to the entire build into the area as a whole. Now we can make our way back to the front, and as we make our way up here, I do want to mention once again that this build is made for Spooky Swift. Spooky has really just been a wonderful supporter over the last couple of months and years, and so I wanted to finally make him a build for his birthday. So you can see that we have a couple of layers going into each one of these door frames, and we have 2 doors right here, along with some calcite and some tyrite and polished diorite, as we've been doing all around the entire kingdom. And then of course we have our banners as well with the Kingdom of Solith design, and I love having them. The extra gray just adds so much to everything here. Now it's kind of hard to see, but we also have a couple of these kind of like flower pot things right here, and I love adding them. I don't usually do it, but I'm happy to have this addition to the build. But then we can head inside, and I actually did spend a decent amount of time trying to make an interior right here for Spooky. Now the most important thing is that I actually ended up making him a sign, as you can see right here, that says Spooky out of the big letters, and I've never done that before, and it's very fun to have done it in the first place. But then over here you can also see that we have a little bit of like a bedding area for Spooky and some pots with some flowers over here, along with a cauldron in case he needs to wash his hands or anything like that. And then we can head up to the second floor, which, as you can see right here, we actually have my first ever set of armor, or iron armor. I think armor in the world, actually. So this is going to stay here forever and be a special place where Spooky can take care of it. And then actually, if we head into this door right here, you can see that we have another one of these balconies, which gives a wonderful look at everything that we've built so far. And so you can say that I'm very happy with this build, and I'm really glad that we spent the extra time to make the interior extra special for Spooky. But we can head out of the build, and you can see that as the sun starts to set, I do want to take my book into my hand. You see, I want to do something called a lore log, where I answer any of your questions that you guys have in the comments of these videos. And so if you'd ever like to know anything about me or about Minecraft or my thoughts about anything, I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions, or if you need help or anything about that, definitely ask anything down below. And in that way, you'll even get a little video shout out. So I say we can look at spooky space for the first time at night and open up our book. Our first question for the lore log is from Nerdy Birdie, who asks, why did you start making videos? Now, I originally started making Minecraft YouTube videos about 3 years ago, and I think I started doing it just because I loved watching everyone else that I was really fixated on. People like Mythical Sausage that were making these cinematic and lore-driven playthroughs. And so I decided that I wanted to give my best shot at it too. And if I'm being honest, I feel like it's still been like an ever-growing pursuit of still trying to do my best in that sort of fashion and give the best sort of let's play atmosphere that I can. As you can see, I just love building in Minecraft. It's such a fun thing to do, and you get to see your world just evolve over time. So I just love that element of the game, and I want to show that experience with all of you guys or as best as I can. But anyway, that is a fantastic question. So Nerdy Birdie, thank you so much for asking it. And to anyone else, if you have any questions, definitely leave one down in the comments below. I will say that we've gotten a good amount of work done in the kingdom for today's episode, and Marnie knows that we have a whole ton more to do. So if you've enjoyed the episode, consider leaving a like on it. Oh no, because it really does go a long way to help out a small channel just like me. And if you want to get the full scoop of the entire story of this world, consider taking a look at this playlist right here.